We're gonna build another box. This will be a bass box, bass flies for fishing in Korea, and I imagine other places too that have large. I'm gonna start out with a small diver. A small diver is good searching pattern. The downsizing the diver, I've had better results downsizing than getting larger. I do have some larger divers. Here's a size comparison. I catch many more fish with the smaller diver than the larger one. The larger one's a bit of a novelty. And so most days I don't even tie it on. But the small one, definitely one of my go-to searching patterns. In the spring, in the summer, in the fall, small diver is the way to go. A slim crease is also necessary. They don't just make a huge disturbance on the water, but in the reservoirs in Korea, they have a lot of smelt, and the smelt aren't super active. And in the wintertime, a lot of the smelt actually die, and they'll float on the surface, alive, barely alive, not moving a whole lot, and then the bass will pick them off. So a thinner crease fly in silver and white will give you good results. Bigger topwater minnow patterns, big cupped faces, move a lot of water. These I'm not fishing a whole lot. The spiral spook makes a huge splash when it hits the water, so I don't like that. But big disturbance isn't necessary for catching bass in Korea. Other places, I'm sure it'll work well, but in Korea, there's a lot of fishing pressure. You definitely want a mouse pattern. The mouse has always continues to surprise me every year fishing unconventional times. Just throwing on a mouse, you can really elicit good strikes with the mouse fly. So always carry a mouse any time of the year. The biggest fish I've caught in Korea, over 4 pounds, have always come on a hovering deceiver style pattern. Um, Fished, maybe 6, 8 inches under the water, or right at on, right under the water, a little bit faster speed. But you don't have to go super deep to get them to come up. So a nice hovering deer hair face or foam face, not top water, but just right below. Good pattern to have. If the fishing's real tough, then I go big. I tie on a big streamer pattern. My goal is not necessarily to catch them, but I want to move them. I want to see where they are. I want to see how aggressive they are. And even under tough conditions, a bass will always follow a big streamer. So you don't need a lot of these, just one or two big patterns, 6, 8, 10-inch patterns. Don't leave home without a clouser minnow. The old clouser minnow is a classic anywhere you fish, saltwater, freshwater. The structure in Korea is mostly vertical structure, bluff walls, that sort of thing. So fishing a clouser, letting it sink down along that structure, you can get a strike. So clouser minnow must have. These are heavy weighted flies. Some of them have, I think these guys right here have multiple tungsten beads tied in the belly. Guy has a drop shot weight tied into the belly. It's very heavy, difficult to cast. But you're not. The point is to get down as deep as possible. I'm fishing in March early. Water is right at or just under 50 degrees. I'm going with something a little bit smaller. If I'm fishing in the summertime at night, I'm going to fish a big pattern and I'm going to fish it deep. The fall is good. You get a lot of fish on the fall, but working it slow and deep is one of the best ways to catch them at night. To round it off, you'll want to carry a few smaller patterns as well. during the spawn or the dog days of summer when the fishing's tough. You just need a bite. A smaller pattern can get you a smaller fish, but also uh, a big one I might grab that as well. So smaller pattern, try to be as realistic as possible. Is good to go when the fishing's tough as well. You want a few weedless patterns. I'm not fishing weedless a lot, but occasionally, if you're in some heavy cover, smaller bodies of water, you'll need something weedless. Drag it over the lilies or the milfoil, because that might be the only way you get a bite.